This is the Master Vinyl Cutter Plotter, a VC2000. Just arrived 2 days from the vendor in Canada. The box weighs 60 pounds. It's 39 inches long, 13.5 inches deep, and 17 inches tall. It's a big, heavy box. Looks like it's well boxed. This came in FedEx 2 days, as I said, from the vendor. This unit was purchased from Sign Supply Canada, and I've just opened the top of the box, and if you notice when you look inside, it came from a company called Digital Graphic Incorporated, which is the same address as Sign Supply Canada. It's a VC2000 Master Vinyl Cutter with Sign Go Light. Cost on this was $3.79. It's Christmas special, and it cost a little over $100. Well, but $120, $130 to ship it and cover the tax. This unit came with some paper installation guide, the standard printout, and also a plotter pen and a cutter head, power cord, USB cable, Sign Go Light dongle, looks like, or USB, and USB CD cutter, or it's USB driver CD. Also included is packing slip. What's included was the cutter with a stand, software, power cord, USB cable, USB driver, blade holder, pen, and a getting started instruction, which is what was there. Packing slip, and some instructions about not lifting by the top or you're going to damage it. You got to lift from the bottom. This is Finley. He's 7 weeks old. Say hi, Finley. He's up there behind the plotter right now because the other one is bothering him. That's Angus down there. Say hello, Angus. And Angus is driving Finley nuts. Angus is 6 months old. And Finley is being bothered by him, so that's why he's there. So what I did is I pulled the unit out of the end of the box, just broke the end of the box open to get it out. You can see the stand is probably down the bottom there. And there's the unit on the floor where I pulled it out. Initial look-see. Just looking down there, there's the SD port, as advertised, USB and serial port. And it has 3 tension rollers. A bit hard to tell from their advertising if it's got that, but it does definitely have 3 tension rollers. We'll have to look and see what else it's got for features. This is what's in the stand section. You see there's 2 big rollers in there, and all the pieces and hardware to put the stand together. All the parts for the floor stand. There's 2 vertical posts, top brackets to hold up the machine, 2 rollers. Rollers obviously attached to the top brackets. A horizontal bar that goes between the 2 posts about the middle of the stand, and the legs, which have leveling feet on them. This is the stand mostly together. You get a real sense that this thing is fairly large once you've got this part together. And this is the stand all together. The 2 top side, these pieces make the base, side brackets I guess they're called, make the base for the printer, or for the cutter, as well as hold the rollers, is shown incorrectly in the drawings. This is how it actually goes on with this little lip to the outside. It shows on the inside in the drawings. And the rollers are not bearing supported or anything, they're just simply running in little grooves. Back one's adjustable. Front one is fixed. They need to go in as you put it together. Fairly rugged, fairly rigid, it's a good solid frame. Well, here it is all together. It's certainly impressive. It's much larger than I was expecting. Things you notice right off the top, there's 3 positioning rollers or 3 tensioning rollers. The roller that feeds the product, or the vinyl, is not continuous. You'll see it pokes through it or protrudes here at various intervals, more frequently at the base, presumably where you position the more narrow material. 4 screws held it to the base. It is as pictured in the advertisement. Have to power that up. On this side, there's the master vinyl serial number, SD card, again, serial port, USB port, made in China. And on the other side, it has a 5 amp, 110 volt, 120 volt input, designed in the USA, assembled in China, distributed by Digital Graphics Incorporated, and down below that is www.Sign Supply Canada. And on this side is the power input and the on-off switch. In the back, you notice right away, are the 3 plastic tensioning components. They're put together with a single lever. Allows you to either fix them or slide them along and position them where you want. I have no experience with vinyl cutters, so this is all learning experience. So I'm not sure if you can see that. It's quite clear. This moves the or changes the device from offline to online. When it's offline, you can move using these buttons, you can move the material. I'll just show you that. Backwards and forwards. Where you want it. Left and right. We're going to set that right there as the origin. So then you push the origin button and you'll see it goes back to online and ready to go. This is the software. Never was a great fan of people who show software on videos, but you can get a sense. This is our 2 dogs, Angus and Finley, and that's going to cut 3 by 3. So I'll do that now and you can watch it cut. Oh, to do that you just simply hit up here. So it'll cut symbol. A little bit to figure out that you have to set the origin. So you need the position where it's going to cut. So if it's 0 and 0, it's going to cut from the origin, and the width on this, you can see, I hope, is 2.7 by 0.74 inches. And it's going to cut way up in the corner. This is capable of cutting very large sheets. This software, it's at 150 inches it goes up to. So first time I tried this, I didn't set it properly, and the first letter that came out was about 10 inches tall. Set up the Desay Master XY 300P. It's a little odd when you set up the software. It's not difficult, but you have to go through into the device manager and actually install this to COM port 3. That's usually I'm used to software is a bit more intelligent than that. The software is pretty basic. It works fine, it's quick, but you do have to go into the device manager. You do have to tell the software it's on COM port 3. So I'm just going to hit start here, and first I'm going to hit the camera over to the printer. Sorry. Here we go, ready to go. And I'm going to hit cut. Kind of hard to do both these things at the same time. And there you go, all done, very quick. And it will come out looking just like that. This is my first attempt at a sample. As you can see, it says test, and it worked quite well. It took me a little while to get the pressure right. It's running at 20 inches per second and about 65 grams of pressure. It defaults to 200, and that cut right through the material. Now I've got some very old vinyl here, but that's how it worked out with this particular vinyl. This is very small, very tiny, just my little finger coming in there. You'll see it's quite small. It's worked just fine. This is very old vinyl, so if it works this well on old material, I'm looking forward to it getting some new vinyl in there this coming week.